Sepupz, we talk about a lot of issues that happen to involve the Malay community, but today let's introduce a bit of balance. Cause toxicity is something that stretches across all races and all religions. Cause if there's one thing I learned from everything that happened in the past week,
non-Malays
can be toxic too. Sepupz, we know that there are definitely some people out there who are Malay and who behave badly, like the person associated with this account and with all of the people out there screaming type C, barwa, and all sorts of nonsense. But Sepupz, let me just say that this kind of horrible trash behavior is not limited just to Malays. There are a lot of toxic non-Malays. I know that some people are probably gonna twist this into, oh, you must hate your own race. But no, I first started experiencing this when I went and interviewed Firdaus Wong. A whole bunch of people started commenting like this, like that. Now, those are just the rude people. We're not even talking about the malicious ones who want to troll you and attack you at length for no reason, because apparently they just like to see people suffer. People like the Ricky Ews who went out there and tried to troll me repeatedly, claiming that I can't say that it's an honor apparently, despite the fact that Firdaus, though a Muslim, was willing to actually invest 2 hours and 30 minutes into me. And then you also have this loser CLT who somehow decided to advise me to use Bahasa Malaysia because apparently he didn't understand my English, and somehow he decided to be Malaysian while speaking in English. Yeah, I don't know. Very weird. Now, that's all well and good, but then you started having the false accusations from people like Steve, who started accusing me of supporting secret activities with underage kids, while, by the way, showcasing his loyalties towards China repeatedly across multiple posts, only for this Sepupz to scream out as if he was the most correct person in the world and he can go out and start insulting people just because he feels that he is right. Probably the worst of all of these was this Canny Eva Tay chick. We encountered one another in a conversation and all I was trying to say was that, hey, instead of making your claims just like that, maybe you should go and watch the podcast, actually think about it before she goes out and makes a false accusation. Truly amazing. Lady, you are such a wonderful Christian. Now, all these people are very obviously non-Muslims, which might go against the image that a lot of you have that, oh, if you're a non-Muslim, non-Malay, then you're on the side of justice. But that's not the case, Sepupz. Some of these insults are not just rude, by the way, they are actually discriminating against people who happen to be Muslim. I mean, you have some people out there just casually mentioning, oh, the name has the blood of roasted pork, and some other comments like this one, and various others like this, and this. Pretty funny, I gotta say. How wonderful, how sickeningly self-righteous. Which, by the way, sounds a lot like what some of these people like to do, except you have a different skin color, you have a different religion, but fundamentally, you're not different. You know, honestly, dealing with this kind of nonsense is the reason that I made this post articulating that, yo, doing this kind of thing is not great. Interviewing Firdaus has been one of the most interesting and enlightening experiences of my entire life because it showcases to me just how toxic people in the non-Malay community can be. Or maybe that's just how people are whenever they deal with extremely divisive figures. I mean, seems especially true since it looks like 85% of all of y'all think that Firdaus is a divider of society. But you really have to ask yourself, are these people that we were looking at any better? Personally, I don't think so. Granted, maybe it's a matter of proportions. You have to figure out like what's the percentage of messed up people for every single group, which is probably not a piece of data that you can actually get. And granted, there are people like this dakwah hero who decided to slander just because I'm not interested in his stupid dakwah attempt.
Is this living life the fullest in his way? I don't know. But hey, I guess he fits a bill for a toxic non-Malay.
But I think if anything, this illustrates a nice point, which is that Xiao Lang behavior can come from every race, every religion. It doesn't matter where you go, where you're from, you too can be a Xiao Lang. But in a country that is this polarized and separated, where people are literally just going out and then insulting one another, I can't help but remember the phrase, eye for an eye makes the world go blind. It's not a good use of time to take part in arguments like this. I don't want to be taking part in arguments like this. It's true that you shouldn't stop fighting whenever people go and attack you. This is especially true for like the non-Muslim community. But seriously, whenever I see people like these, I just have to ask myself, like, who hurt you, bro? Like, why are you so toxic toxic on the Facebook profile of somebody that you have never met before, throwing out your moral standards, assuming to yourself the very worst, that if somebody goes out and talks to somebody that you don't like, therefore they are horrible, why do you judge them? Acting like you are morally superior, but in reality what you do is that you see the speck of sand in your brother's eye, but you ignore the plank in your own. I literally just cannot imagine, I cannot understand how people can have so little social awareness when they are behaving online. Like, do you not just take a minute to step back and look at your behavior and how xiao lang it is? Very often, I just think that people just don't know. Or maybe that's just how comment sections work on the internet. No holds barred, comment rapid fire, because they feel that there's no accountability. Truly amazing. There's literally no need to provoke people, no reason to go out there and scream at the top of your lungs, no reason to take part in toxic behavior, all so present around the Malaysian internet just because you feel like you are tepaling persecuted and oppressed. I don't know whether that's just a feature of Malaysia as a country in general. Maybe it could be, but if so, then I think that it's a very sad place that we're living in. To the extent that I can though, I do want to denormalize this because this kind of thing is just not good for mental health. And frankly, we have better things to do in this country. Rather than scream about race and religion or tell ourselves that we are better than other people, when there are so many other things that we could be doing but we are not doing because so many of us are caught in this kind of toxic discussion for no reason whatsoever. Anyway, yeah, non-Muslims can be toxic too, and your Sepupz bore the brunt of that. What do you think? Let me know your thoughts down in the comments. That's all I have to say about that, and bye.